What's up, guys? Knicks Daily here back. Today we're talking about 25-year-old OG ANUNOBY and how he fits in with the Knicks. I'm going to give you two potential offers that we could do. The question at the end of the day is, are the Knicks willing to trade unprotected picks? Because they weren't for Murray, they weren't for Mitchell. Are they going to be willing to do that for OG? Because, guys, at the end of the day, the Knicks right now, they've got a good team. Another piece we could be looking at coming out of the East, we've got to be willing to spend up, right? You've got to be willing to pay up. And we saw the Knicks do that with Brunson. They gave him a $104 million contract. Can they do it in the trade market? Because, of course, the Knicks, they don't have a max free agency slot. They can open one if they make some trades, which is why I mentioned that LaVine could be a possibility. But the thing with LaVine is that he doesn't have anywhere close to the defense of OG, and we really don't need more scoring, as crazy as that sounds, because Brunson, Randall, and RJ, these are three guys that can give you 20 a night. So why not go get someone who can knock down threes, that can defend, that's in his mid-20s, that also has all-star potential. OG is not an all-star, but he definitely has that potential. Even though he's 25 years old, he's posting career highs of 18.2, 5.8, and 2.3 steals per game. If you look at OG, he is at or near the league leaders in steals, deflections, and loose balls recovered. The thing with OG is that he's not a creator. So if you're a Knicks fan and you're saying, okay, look, this guy can shoot threes, he can defend 1 through 5. Yeah, but he also just keep note that he can't create, right? He turns it over. Considering that his usage is much lower than guys like Fred and guys like Pascal, he's still turning it over. So with Brunson running the point, I expect that to change. I mean, the thing with OG is he's sliding into basically our fourth option, right? Mitchell Robinson is not even, I wouldn't even say he's our fifth option. He's a starter, but Mitch just gets rebounds, dunks it, does putbacks, sets screens. We've got guys like IQ, right? We also have guys that can come in and make some plays. I'm looking at Quentin Grimes, right? He just hit a huge three against Indiana, man. It was literally somewhat saved the day. I mean, I know we were up 3 at the time, but if he misses that, like, who knows what happens in that game. So not to mention, we also have D Rose, right? So we've got guys that can put the ball in the hoop. But can we get a guy here that can lock down his man, that can also knock down threes? And OG definitely has to improve at driving and finishing through contact. There definitely is work here, but I mean, like, name a couple of players for me that are better on the market than OG. There really aren't any. And Zach LaVine, he's not even technically on the market. I don't know if OG's even on the market. I've been reading articles about him being potentially traded because the Raptors clearly are not where they need to be. I mean, last season they made the playoffs. They lost in, 5 games to Philly. This season, they are under 500. So let's look at how this can happen. Let's look at how OG fits in with the team. But before I do that, if you guys are a fan of the Knicks, you've gone to the right place. I've been a fan my whole life. I post every single day. So if that's of interest to you, join me, man. Hit the like button for the algorithm. Subscribe. It only takes a couple of seconds. It makes a huge difference. Without your guys' support, I couldn't do this. And let's dive into it. So I already somewhat talked about OG's fit with the Knicks. I mean, I'm going to talk more about it, but we need to start off with his salary and what the Knicks would have to give up, because you guys don't want to hear about OG until you know what it's going to cost and his salary, right? So OG this season, well, we're in 2023 now, so, well, that would count. Okay, so 2022, 2023 is just, that's what he's making right now. So 17.3 million, 2023, 24, 18.6 million, 2024, 25, 19.9 million. He has a player option, which means that he can go into free agency if he wants. And to that point, he probably would, because with how much money guys are making in the NBA today, or sports in general, OG can definitely get a bag from someone that would be willing to pay up, right? Maybe there's a team like the Detroit Pistons who are like, oh my God, OG to Detroit, we don't have to trade for him, let's give him a bag. So that's kind of what it comes down to. And then if, let's say he just stays with the Knicks, maybe the market isn't in his favor, well then in 2025, 2026, he's entering unrestricted free agency. So if you guys didn't quite understand everything that I just said, let me break it down for you. So if the Knicks trade a bag, which it's going to be a bag, because there's not really anyone on the market like OG that can knock down threes and play elite defense. So if the Knicks give up, let's say, I don't know, I'll give you the package that somebody from that writes for the Raptors said. So Obi Toppin, Evan Fournier, and then 2023 first, it's the better of the Knicks or the Mavericks. 2024 Pistons second, and 2025 Knicks first round. So we're giving up a second round pick, 2 first round picks, Obi Toppin, who was another first-round pick. So basically 3 first-round picks. Obviously, Obi's better than a first because a draft pick, you don't really know what to expect. But with Obi, we know what he is and who he is and how much he can impact a team. So 3 first-round picks and Evan Fournier, which is just for salary purposes. So if we give up all of that and then OG leaves in free agency in 2025, that's the question mark. At the same time, though, how is that not worth it? If that's what it's going to cost, how is that not worth it? Because this isn't about, like, I don't know if the Knicks will do this. I mean, I kind of feel like it's the other way around. I mean, I don't know where the Knicks head is at with Obi, but I'm looking at, are you kidding me? If we can get OG and ANUNOBY here for that, he's not making much money at all. I mean, how much money is Jalen Brunson making a year? What's 104 divided by 4? I have no clue. Let me figure that out right now. So was that 26? So 20 making 20. That's it? There's no way. Brunson's making $26 million a year. Remember when everyone was like, "What an overpay by the Knicks," and was calling them the laughing stock? That is incredible. Oh my God, that turned out to be one of the biggest steals of free agency. Now to think about it, but let me not get sidetracked there. So yeah, I mean, as much as I do like Obi, I don't know how he fits in with Randall. And I don't want to get rid of Randall because he's an all-star. Like, Randall is not playing like he is an all-star. Like, Randall should be an all-star. He's top 10, but the fan voting is just completely absurd. I would do this. And the Knicks, I know they probably won't want to give up that 2025 first because they weren't willing to do it for Murray or, Gobert or Donovan Mitchell. But why not give it up for OG? Because, like, what debate can you make to why the Knicks should not trade for OG? He fits perfectly with our team. We'll run Brunson at the 1. At the 2, we'll go with RJ. At the 3, OG. At the 4, Randall. And then at the 5, Mitch. Off the bench, we'd still have McBride, Quickly, Hartenstein, Grimes, Sims, or Cam Reddish. Hopefully he can stay and we can get him locked up. D Rose. To me, this is the type of move that legitimately can challenge anyone in the East. If I'm the Milwaukee Bucks, if I'm the Boston Celtics and I see an elite defender that can knock down corner threes come to the Knicks, I'm saying, okay, hold on a second here. The Knicks, we knew they were tough. They're not an easy team to beat by any means, but now it's like, I mean, this is kind of crazy. I mean, the Knicks were a top 10 defensive team last season. They didn't have a point guard. They get Brunson. Now they're adding in another good defender. I mean, wow, like, we're onto something here. I mean, a lot of Knicks fans were like, hey, man, I get where you're coming from with LaVine, but go check out OG. And I can see why. I mean, legitimately, obviously, I'd rather have Zach LaVine because he can put up 30 in a hurry, and he's a star. But at the same time, I mean, considering that OG makes significantly less money, OG's a significantly better defender. You fit in with the team significantly better because you bring in Zach. Well, Brunson is not a good defender, obviously. I know he works hard, but he's 5'11", or how tall is Brunson? 6 foot at the most. So that's why Quentin Grimes is starting, because Evan Fournier and Brunson just never was going to win any games. So outside of that, I mean, like I said, OG is going to have to develop. OG is going to have to develop more on his drives and his playmaking, but we're not bringing him in here for offense. We're bringing him in here to spot up and to defend. This is the type of move that I legitimately can get behind. And let me know if you guys can too. But I'm going to end the video, bro. I'm pretty tired, man. It's been a long week. I'm moving tomorrow morning. So if you guys could drop a like for me, subscribe, I'd greatly appreciate it. Knicks fans, I'll see you in the next one. Peace.